In today's tutorial, I shall be making a cat ear hat with the crisscross stitch. This hat can be made with any yarn and any hook. Here is a chart for sizing. Right, let's get started. Okay, I'm going to make a slip knot, make yours however you want, and I'm going to chain up 8. Feel free to chain up as many or as little as you want. And this hat needs to be divisible by 4 for the crisscross stitch. So I'll be making 40 rows of back loop only in double crochet. I'm going to make a chain of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 more for the next row. Okay, now for this next row, miss this stitch right here and go into the next with a double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Chain up 1, turn your work. Now we're going to go into the back loops only. So we're going to this side of the V. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. I am going to go away and build up the rest of my brim. And I shall see you in a moment for the measurements. Right, I am on my very last row. Okay, let's measure this. And it comes up to 37. 37 centimeters. Okay. And now I'm going to slip stitch into the round. It's going to be all fiddly, isn't it? It's anything with chunky. For me, anyway. Okay. I'm just going to slip stitch all the way down. I shall see you in one moment. Okay, for this first round, we're going to chain up one, and we're going to double crochet into every stitch along this brim. And because I did 40 rows of brim, that should be 40 stitches. Now remember, it has to be divisible by 4, otherwise you've gone wrong. Right. Oh. I'm really making this look hard when it really isn't. Yeah, let's pop a stitch marker in there. Okay, and I'm going to double crochet into every stitch, and once again I shall see you in a moment. Okay, we're at the end of this round. Just gonna slip stitch into the top there. And we are going to chain up 3. 1, 2, 3. 10 hour work. And now we're going to do the crisscross stitch. Right. So to start off, we miss this stitch here. So this hole here is where the chain is. So we ignore that one and we miss this one, and we go into this stitch just here, and we go in with a treble, and now we cross over into the stitch that we missed. It seems complicated at first, but once you get going, I think you'll enjoy this stitch. So we miss the next stitch, this stitch here. Now this stitch, this is part of this previous stitch here. This is part of the crisscross. So be very, very mindful on this particular row, especially if you're new to doing the crisscross stitch. So ignore that one, miss this one here, and go into the next one here. So yarn over, miss that one, go into this one here with a treble, and then we cross over and go back into the stitch that we missed. I'll show you that a few times. So we miss this stitch, and we go into this one. And then we cross over and we go into the one that we missed just here. If you're using variegated yarn, or if you're changing yarn on every row, different colours will help you see the stitches and see where not to go. Now if you're using just one block colour, just be very, very mindful on this row. Just concentrate And by the time you get to the very last stitch on this round, you will know if you've gone wrong. And don't worry about it, just keep practicing until you get it right. But like I said, be mindful of these stitches. This stitch here isn't the one that you miss. This stitch here is part of this cross stitch. It's the next one along, this one here. This is the one that you miss, and you go into this one. So again, like I said, miss this one and go into this one. And then cross over into the stitch that we missed. And as I say, the more you do it, the easier it gets. So miss this stitch and go into this one. Crisscross over and go into this one here. So miss a stitch, go into this one. Crisscross over and go into the stitch we missed. Miss this stitch, go into this one. Crisscross over, go into the stitch we missed. Right, I'm going to leave you to complete this round. The next round is somewhat easier. Okay, just another one. Miss this one, go into this one. And cross over, go into the one you missed. And continue on with that, and I shall see you in a moment. We're nearing the end of this round. I'm just going to go over the last stitch with you. So we miss this stitch and we go into this one. Cross over and we go into the one we missed. And then we finish off with a slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 at the beginning of the round. Okay, now we chain 3, we turn our work, and now we are on round 3, and this round is so much easier. This will also be a repeat, so this is the round you'll be doing to build up your hat as high as you want it. Right, so like I said, this is a lot simpler. You can see the stitches a bit better on this one. So see the stitches from the previous round, so even, and you can see the stitches on top. So you can see that that's the one you miss, that's the one you go into. So like I said, we miss this one and we go into this one with a treble. We cross over and we go into the one that we missed. Once again, miss this one, go into this one. Cross over, go into the one that we missed. And keep going all the way around. Miss this one, go into this one. And crisscross over and go into the one that you missed. And continue on like that. Right, I shall be making 3 more rounds with this chunky yarn. And after that, I will measure up my hat and show you how tall it has to be for the cat ear effect. But if you're using smaller yarns like 4-ply and DK, please refer back to the size chart, and I shall see you in one moment. Right, I'm coming to the end of my very last row, just with a couple more crisscross stitches to do. Okay, we're at the last one. And pop a slip stitch into the top of the chain 3. Okay, and now let's measure our work. Okay, we're on 20 centimeters. And now all that is left to do is to seam the top, and we're going to do that with a slip stitch. Now we're going to make sure that the seam for the hat itself is on the side here. So let's just move up. Okay. So we're going to slip stitch into both stitches along, all the way across. Don't know what I did there. Don't know why I'm making this so fiddly. It's not usually this fiddly. Okay. So we're just going to slip stitch into every single stitch across. Making sure to align each side. All the way across. And once I finish this, I shall be back in one moment. Okay, and to finish off, we chain up one. Leave a long tail for the sewing. Okay. Sew in any of our loose ends. And now we turn our hat the right way round so that our seam is on the inside. Okay, and there we have it, the Criss-cross cat ear beanie. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe for more content, and I'll leave you with that. Goodbye.